Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Lighthouse Stamping with Lorraine. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Vancouver, Washington. Thank you for joining me today. Before we get started, the housekeeping notes. All the product I'm using and all the dimensions will be listed below. There's a link to my online store if you wish to purchase any of these products. There is a link to our Facebook group. We love to have you join that. There is also my email address if you have any questions. And finally, remember to like, share, and subscribe and help me grow in YouTube world. Today we're going to play with another suite. It came out in September and it's called Modern Christmas Suite. Now, for those who know me know that this is really not my cup of tea, this style. But I liked some of the elements out of it, so I thought I'm going to give this a whirl. So I'm going to show you what I did purchase. The one thing I did not purchase was the gold hoops. So I did order just the suite, or the bundle, the paper, and the twine. But let me show you what we've got, and then I'll show what we're making. So first we have the bundle. We have a beautiful stamp set, which I love the font on these, and the trees are really cute. And then there is these wonderful dies. So we have a circle, which you can make into an ornament. We have crowns for our ornaments. We have trees. We have 2 dies to make stars. You can make a little strip to go across one of your ornaments. And this ornament, if I can get it off here, we're going to be using today. So we'll pull that out. So that's that part. There's also this beautiful, it's called Black and White and Gold Baker's Twine. So we have 2 types. We have the white with the gold, and then we have the black with the gold. It's very pretty. And then the paper, which I really do like the paper. It's very pretty. It's very shiny. This is gold with white. All these cute ornaments. No, none of the dies cut these out. You would have to fussy cut. And just black and white on the back. There's only 3 colors in this: gold, black, and white. These are like interlocking circles with gold. I don't know if you can see the gold in there. And just some black and white. And we have a nice stripe one with little dashes. Love this one. Love the star paper. Very pretty. And I like the back of the star paper too. It's got the Christmas trees. I think this is mistletoe. I've never seen mistletoe. I think this is mistletoe. It's the only thing I could think it is. If someone really knows what it is, or if I'm wrong, let me know. But I think it's mistletoe, because the only thing I could think of leaves looking like that and berries is mistletoe. Except mistletoe around here, the stuff I see is in huge ball clumps growing up in the old oak trees. So, and this one says fa la la. This is very cute. Some Christmas trees and some black and polka dots on white. So it is very versatile paper. Oh, so you're saying, what are we making today? Well, we have an envelope with some trees. And we have this cute, simple card. It's very shiny. I'm moving around so you can see how shiny it is. I also want you to be able to see it. Wishing you peace and joy. So that's what we're making today. So let's do some stamping and some heat embossing. So we're going to need an envelope. We are going to need one of these ornaments cut out in black. And I've already done that. Help speed things up today. And we need an inside piece that is 4 by 5 1/4. And that is going to be it. So let's do the standard embossing, then we'll come to the heat, or standard stamping, then we'll come to the heat embossing in a minute. So that's for the heat embossing. So let's do the verse at the top on the inside, and we're just going to use Memento on that. And I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to look at this and say, Lori, you're stamping this upside down. Yes, it looks like I'm stamping upside down. But I mounted the label on the wrong direction. So I have to stamp it upside down, because once you put your label on, getting it off is very, very difficult and is really not worth the effort. So, yes, I'm stamping upside down. Trust me, when I stamped the first one and realized I'd stamped it put it on the wrong way, I was like, oh dear. But I'm going to go straight across the top. Ooh, that wasn't very straight. Let's try that again. That's better. So we have that. And that's the extent of the black ink. And then I'm grabbing some shaded spruce. And I am going to grab a piece of scrap paper here. And I've grabbed this lovely tree. Now, shaded spruce is a really dark color. So what you can do on here, as I'm stamping, it is so dark. That's 5 generations. You can see the last one's very faint here. But that's 5 generations, which makes it look very cool, I think, because it looks like there's lots of trees and the mist in the background. And then we have our envelope. And you could put as many on here. And I'm going off the page a little bit on this one. That's why I wanted the scrap paper. But I only did 4 on that one, because I wanted to keep everything in that corner. And that is it for the shaded spruce. And yes, unfortunately, I still have my throat issue and my cough. They assure me will go away eventually. So this one, we're going to heat emboss in gold. So I'm getting all my stuff out here. I have my Versamark and my stamp and my little buddy here. I've got my gold embossing powder. It does come in a little bottle. I just put it in this because I find it much easier. I'm also going to get a pair of tweezers. And I have my heat gun off to the side right here. And yes, you're saying, gosh, a lot of powder makes it look very nasty, doesn't it? But it's okay. I'll show you how it make it look so pretty when we're done. I am going to blow a little of that off. And we're going to stamp this in Versamark. 'Tis the season. And I want to get this right in the center and as straight as I can. Just like that. Cover up your Versamark before you start playing in the powder. I'm going to use my tweezers to pick this up. And then I'm just going to take my gold embossing powder. And I'm going to give it 2 nice coats. Make sure I have no extra. That's why you use that embossing buddy. So you don't get little flecks of gold where you don't want them. And then I'll grab my heat gun and turn on, so watch your ears. And now we'll watch the magic together. Make sure I've got all that. It is. Heat embossing is that simple. So I'm going to set that off to the side for just a second. We are going to wipe that off so there's no powder on it. But I need it to dry for a sec, or not dry, but cool, because I want to make sure that embossing is cool. It just takes a minute. In the meantime, I have a piece of basic black that is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, and burnished. We're going to go ahead and put the inside of our card in. This is another one of those fast cards you could mass produce. You make all the elements and then just sit and put them all together. Let's put it the right way though. Okay, and then I have a piece of that beautiful paper that is 4 by 5 1/4. Like I said, this is not a difficult card. So we got that so far. And I'm going to grab a microfiber. You can use paper towel too. I find microfiber works the best on this. And basically, once you know it's cooled, you can make it, turn it back into a pristine black. And I've got a little bit of extra stuff on here. Okay. Now, what I did cut out of just some gold paper, just our regular gold paper, foil paper, I cut out 2 crowns. I've already used one, and here is the second one, and that's going to go right here. And I'm going to just, you could use glue dots or some tape, whichever you prefer. You could use glue, but I'm just going to use this. And I'm just going to run some seal right across that tip and put our crown on our ornament, just like that. So it looks like that. Okay, now we need some other pieces for our ornament here. We need some baker's twine. I'm using the black and gold, and I need a piece that is about 4 inches long. Not much. Also need a tiny little bow out of that same baker's twine, which I've already tied right there. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take this and I'm going to hook this, roll it around like this, and I'm going to hook it right here in the back. So we got like our little hanger for our thing. Now you could use the seal, but this I tried seal on the first one and glue dot worked better. It just worked easier. I'm gonna put a glue dot right there. And then I put these 2 ends together and put them right in there. But don't worry, that's not the only thing holding that on. Just like that. And the twine wants to turn every which way, but that's okay. So now we're ready to put this on our card. This will go on after we get it on the card. So I'm going to use some dimensionals now. And I'm using the black dimensionals today because it is a piece of black, but white works just fine too. It's whatever you have. I don't use black that often, but when I'm putting black on black or black on something, it just, you can't see the white underneath of it. That's the only difference. And then I'm going to take a mini dimensional. When you buy them, you get the minis and the big ones in one pack, by the way. And I'm going to put that mini right over that one right there. And we're going to bring this back down, center this, and put this on. Get that, it's centered but not clear to the top because we have a very long, so it's going to be down a little ways. Not like that. This is loose. It's supposed to be. It's our hanger. Then we have our bow, which is right here, and it's going to get with some glue dot. I'm going to hold this together and put it right on the paper there. Uh-oh. Hang on here. For some reason, my little bow came undone. Hang on, gotta fix it. There we go. There. It started uncurling on me. I didn't get it tight enough. I'll put that glue dot right on the back in the center. And then I'm going to make sure these two are together. And I'm going to put it right at the top of the foil there, so that the little strands hang over the top like that. So it looks like that. And then when I was looking at this, I was thinking, what kind of bling do I want on this? So I started going through my bling. I found two that would work. We have the Drusy Adhesive-Backed dots. And then we also have, these are the flower accent dots, which would also go very nice, but I like these the best. So that's what I'm going for. And I'm only going to use two, so I don't want it to be too cluttered. So I'm going to put a large one here and a small one, just like that. And that is the card for today. Like I said, it was fast and easy, very pretty. So, thank you for joining me today, and I will see you on Thursday. Have a little special treat for you on Thursday. See you then. Bye-bye.